They said he was crazy to retire at 55. And of course, they were wrong. I'm going to read you a little bit. I just want to drop you a follow-up email. I spoke to you over a year ago, and I retired from my crap-bill job the first of last year, 2022. Of course, everyone was telling me I was crazy for retiring at 55. They said it was dumb to retire during the COVID years and with high inflation and bad stock market returns. After watching many of your videos and getting your advice, I retired with confidence. One of my regrets was not finding your videos or having you talk to me earlier. I would definitely put more savings in cash and would have contributed early to a Roth for tax purposes. However, I'm still good. And by retiring, I was able to spend more time with friends and families, which I'm happy I did because I lost both my uncle and sister-in-law to cancer several months ago. I no longer have the stress of long hours in a COJ. I've been eating more healthy and exercising more. You do need to stay healthy to enjoy retirement. As you said in one of your videos, when you've won the game, why keep playing? Enjoy what you earn because life is not about making money, but making memories with the ones you love. And I'll probably start crying. I've never cried on a call, but I talked to this guy today, and I'll get to that here in just a second. I can read you another email. Corona, excuse me. All right, I'll read this other email from this guy. This guy emails me, I'm grateful to you and your smile. And I've been following you and your positive. There's a reason I'm doing this. I just want to share with you here in just a second. I've been following you and your positive attitude for several years. In fact, you and your attitude with a data facts posture encouraged me to retire early close to 4 years ago. I worked my way up hard and heavy in the corporate auto field, navigating the political atmosphere of where he is in the West Coast. Even though my company appreciated my over-aggressive approach to stay focused on doing the right thing, the less tolerant left of the HR and corporate took over, and as a result, it wore on me. And as a result, I purchased one of your books, ran the numbers, took your approach that you introduced me with a reality retirement where your spending actually goes down as opposed to going up with inflation, which there is no evidence on. And threw in the towel 4 years ago. So at that point, he was 58. Additionally, as a result of all your videos, I've been sharing with my lovely wife of 39 years and my friends. My brave wife gave her notice of her crappier job at 59. She'd been there for 30 years. Since then, I've seen a new spirit and glow to her, and we owe it to you. Living in conservative northeastern California is not for the faint of heart financially, but we make do sending a message to both our daughters who moved to Nevada to start their families that with the right financial planning approach and strong critical thinking skills, even retiring in California is doable. All right, let's keep going. Oh, wait. For now, we will continue to send the message of God and the conservative vote. Yeah, right on. All right, so let's keep going here. Just a second. Paula just came in. And the reason I'm emotional, because I just got off the horn with a guy, and I'm not saying his name or anything, you won't know who he is, but he said I could, if it helps people, he's willing, whatever. Anyway, so he and his wife just plugging along, early 50s. She flies to San Francisco on a business trip and never comes back. He called the hotel where she was staying, got transferred 3 different times, was sitting on hold. It reminds me so much of when I was calling University of Virginia to find out of my baby Chloe, like what's happening. Like no one would freaking pick up the phone and just tell me if she's alive, if she's there. And he's calling the hotel because she was supposed to have come back. And he wasn't getting notices, no emails, no calls, no texts, nothing. He comes home from work, his crappill job, and opens up the garage as she's driving in, and her car isn't there. He's freaking getting nervous. He calls the hotel. Did anything going on? Oh, yeah, I got to get you a customer service manager. Okay. Well, I got to get you the manager of the hotel. He's like, what the hell's happening? Man, it's just like 2 years ago, something like that. This guy's not even 55. He's 54 now. I think his wife was 51, if even that. He finds out the manager's like, "Hey, Joe, that's not his name. Sorry to say, but your wife Jane, we found her body on the floor. Paramedics and police are there, or whatever, is there right now." He said, "What they do on TV, where they're like wailing," he goes, "that's not even half of it." He goes, "You just, it's a wail of torment, like you can't even believe." Kind of like the gnashing of teeth that Jesus talks about. He didn't say that, but it just reminded me, like the torment, the wail of torment of having suddenly lost a loved one. And she was in a stressful, crappy old job. And he's in a stressful, crappy old job in IT. He's always on call, always on call. I was talking to a guy up in the northeastern state of New England, always on call. IT in a bank environment, always on call. And I'm like, man, you guys getting paid 75,000, 80,000 a year, something like that. It's not even a radiologist, but he's always on call like a radiologist. And you're not getting paid enough for being always on call. Anyway, so when I was talking to this guy, Joe, it just hit me like a ton of bricks about what I was going through with Chloe when I was calling the University of Virginia, the NICU, because again, she had ventricular tachycardia, and the effing scumbags who gave her jab said, "Oh yeah, no, we gotta give her a jab." And my wife's like, "You already did." She goes, "No, it won't hurt again. We don't have record of it." She goes, "You already effing did. Get the hell out of here, you freaking scumbags." Because when you gave her initial jab, she went into tachycardia. Why do you think I'm so what I am? And they're going to come and say, "Yeah, no, we don't have any record of that. So let's just go ahead and give it to her again." There's no evidence that it'll hurt her. This is well before what just happened these last 3 years. Did we ever report a VAERS? No, we didn't know what VAERS was. I'm so pissed. Anyway, long story short, that was the best thing that ever happened because it made me secure my faith. But my man, anyway, so we're talking today. He's 54. He's going to turn 55 this year. So he's like, "Dude, you're good, man." He was like, and then he went to the ER himself just a couple of weeks ago, a month or so ago. He woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. He could hardly breathe. He was heaving everywhere. He was like, he thought he was having a heart attack. He called it Uber to take him to the hospital. I was like, oh boy, it's funny. Maybe he can live to tell the story now. There's something in his liver. He's fine now. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a heart attack. It wasn't a died suddenly thing. And hers wasn't either, by the way. So don't go down that road. Anyway, he's like, and I tell you, Josh, after my wife died, and I'm on FMLA, my stress level just went down. I can't imagine. You're just waking up not even waking up one day, but Charlotte, I can't imagine what that's like. And I just think about Denise, everyone's friend Denise in North Carolina. She freaking flatlined, whatever it's called. She was dead for like 2 minutes, man. The miracle of Western medicine, there is some benefits of it. It's not all bad. Obviously, the prescriptions they overdo. This right here is bad, but there is some good things they do. They're able to rescue her, and she's still alive to tell the story. She just emailed me today. They're not spending anything like they thought they were spending. Why? Because they paid off their debts. When you have no debts, you're not going to spend what you think. Dude, I've been doing this for 25 freaking years. I know a thing or two about financial planning. You're conditioned to think that if you have debts right now, that's the level of spending you're going to have in the future. And those guys are freaking scumbags who tell you that. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And you're going to die in a freaking crappy old job in a hotel in San Francisco. And I'm not blaming her, not in the least. We're all trained poorly. I mean, she's with God. And so as a Catholic, going back to my Catholic roots, we all glory to God for letting Jane enter his kingdom. You see what I'm saying? We're happy. Not happy that she's left behind a loving husband who is wailing in agony. in torment, and still kind of is. Because it's all going to happen. Just going back to Ecclesiastes, however they pronounce it. It doesn't matter. We're all going to perish. There's nothing you can do. To perish at your crappy old job is evil, in my opinion. Not evil for you. It's evil of the Satanists who've led us down this path. And we've allowed it because we haven't thought for ourselves. We've allowed it. And then you start thinking for yourselves, and you'll become like me, a conspiracy theorist. He's like, if they're lying about that, what else are they lying about? And you're like sitting there thinking, why would you trust the government? And, oh, no, the government lies about this, that, and the other. But no, when it comes to NASA, when it comes to military weapons mass destruction, when it comes to DOD, CIA, FBI, they're not lying there. But everything else they're lying about. You can't be conservative and make that. You can't case. What, NASA somehow is exempt from lies? Do you not know that NASA climate change lies in of itself? NASA can lie just like anybody else. NOAA, you think they're not lying just because they have the Santa Claus tracker? You crazy? That's climate change stuff. NASA's for the to the moon. It's all freaking fake. If they can lie about this, and we know they have, why would you think they're not? And when I say they, I'm not just talking about the government. I'm just talking about society as a whole. Whoever is in charge. I don't even think anyone's in charge. I think it's like a download. Matt from Quantum Conscious talks about this, a download. And it's not like NPCs, but some people on that download frequency get, and others who are able to think for themselves don't. And sometimes we get the download too, and we're able to break free of it. That's what I think happened to me. I was able to break free of it because what happened to Chloe. And then just my personality is such that I don't trust the authority in any case. Anyway, I don't think I've cried on a call, and I think I have one other time. This is just, for me, I don't like cry, like bawl, like wow, gnashing of teeth and wailing. I just kind of hits me, just like a day right now. I breathe, I get a little bit teary-eyed and snot nose and babu, dander. You're gonna be okay, man. Like my man here I was talking about today, John or whatever it's called, Joe. His worst case scenario. He's gonna have 70,000 a year of income, no debt. Worst case scenario. I'm sorry, and that's the equivalent of 4,000. That's the equivalent of 48,000 a year right now. It's his worst case because he's on his wife's Social Security survivor benefit, and he'll take his own at 70. Maximize delayed earnings credits. Worst case scenario, he's got no debt. He's just 70 years old. He's got 4,000 a month in savings dollars in Social Security. Can't retire. All right. See you tonight, live stream at 8 o'clock. That will be one that self-destructs because we're going to get into some controversy. God bless.